Hey guys, I'm Charles Stark and welcome to Stark's Foundry. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that has a lot of cosplayers biting their nails till they bleed, pacing back and forth aimlessly at their workshops for hours on end, pulling their hair out till they're bald. We're talking about con crunch. Today I want to share with you 5 tips, 5 ways that will help you curb the anxiety of con crunch, help you stay focused on your cosplay, and get you to finish that cosplay so that it's decent, presentable, and that you have fun at your favorite convention. Remember, our hobby is all about having fun and feeling confident. And when you have fun and feel confident, those around you have fun and feel confident also. So let's get started. Now, before we get into the 5 tips, I'm going to have to ask you to do some research. I'm going to have to ask you to do some homework. But homework is good. It keeps you focused and it keeps you on target. What you want to do is you want to grab a notebook. In this notebook, you want to make a list. You want to list the things that you need to get done for your cosplay, the tools that you need in order to finish your cosplay, and the materials that you're going to require you to finish your cosplay as well. Making these lists, again, will keep you on target, will keep you focused, and will help minimize anxiety during crunch time. So the first tip to minimize cosplay anxiety during crunch time, or to minimize crunch time at all, is keep this in mind. If it's covered up, you don't need to build it. I'm working on an armored Jedi, and this is the chest piece right here, right? This is the chest piece that I've made. I want to get this ready for MegaCon. I got 3 weeks to go. So obviously I have a lot of work to do, but you know what? My Jedi's gonna wear a cloak. So right away that eliminates 50% of my build. I don't need to make an elaborate back piece, right? I can just concentrate on the front. The back will be covered up by the cloak. Nobody will know. So the thing is if it's covered by a cloak, if it's covered by a sash, if you have something blocking it or something like that, don't bother building it. Skip it for right now. You can always go back and build those pieces later and improve on your cosplays. Remember, no cosplay is ever 100% finished. We're always trying to modify it, we're always trying to make it better, and we're always trying to stretch and challenge ourselves with our building skills. So if it's covered up, don't build it. Number 2, skip the elaborate paint jobs. Listen, I know that we all want our cosplays to look great, and I know that we all want to paint on those little leather pieces and those buckles and those accents. Forget it. That takes time. We don't have time right now. We're trying to curb cosplay anxiety, beat crunch time, and still make it to our favorite convention in a decent cosplay. So skip elaborate painting, skip elaborate details. You want to go with a base primer, a base coat, and the outlines or the color scheme of the character that you're trying to represent. When you think that you can identify the character visually by just looking at an armored piece, you're done. Your mission is accomplished. Again, remember, always go back, finish your cosplay. At a later time, we're trying to get you ready for the ball, Cinderella. Number 3, skip elaborate electronics and special effects. Believe me, I love lights. I love blinking lights, I love flashing lights, I love arc reactor lights, I love hand repulsor lights. We don't have time for that. We also don't have time for effects. We don't have time to install dry ice special effects. We don't have time to install smoke machines in our armor. We don't have the time for that. So skip it. Go with something simple. KISS method. Keep it simple, son. That's what I say. Anyway, keep it simple. Use light kits that are already made. Buy them on Amazon. Anything that's already made, anything that's already prepackaged that you can temporarily place in your armor so that you get the general idea, that's what you want to go with. So for now, crunch time, 3 weeks out, we're skipping elaborate electronics, we're skipping elaborate light schemes. Tip number 4, elaborate weapons and elaborate headgear is totally out the door. You're not going to build a 7-8 foot saber, you're not going to build a 7-8 foot keyblade, you're not going to build a huge sword with spray foam that you have to sand, you have to shape, you have to paint, you have to detail. That's out the door, forget it. You got 3 weeks, baby. Headgear, if you can't build a helmet, you don't want to build a helmet, that's fine. Try a more casual look. Try buying weapons at thrift stores, something that you can easily modify, something that you can piece together, and something that you can spend little minutes of time to kind of just get the idea of the weapon that your character is supposed to build. Same with helmets. Skip the helmet, go for a pair of goggles, go for a more casual look. There's sometimes superheroes don't wear helmets all the time. You don't have to wear a helmet all the time either. Remember, this is crunch time. We want to get your costume decent, we want to get you feeling good, and we want to get you to the convention. And lastly, the 5th tip, and probably the most important tip and the most important thing to keep in mind, is abide by the 90-10 rule. Charles, what's the 90-10 rule? I'm so glad you asked. The 90-10 rule states that you want to get your cosplay 90% done for the convention and you want it to look good from 10 feet away. Statistically, 10 feet is the average distance that a photographer, whether it's a professional photographer or a con goer, the person actually taking the picture will stand from you in order to make sure that they get the head to the toe your entire cosplay. So abide by the 90-10 rule. 90% done, looks good from 10 feet away. You keep all these 5 tips in mind and you set your goals and you stay focused on what you have to do, and I promise that this method will help you reduce anxiety and help you beat con crunch and crunch time. What kind of tips do you guys have for beating con crunch? When you're up against the wall and squished for time, do you find that you perform better when it comes to your building skills, or do you perform under par? If you really want to put a lot of details into it, maybe, we should have started 6 months ago, but we're cosplayers. This is what we do. Comment down below. I want to start a conversation with you guys. Let me know tips that you have for beating con crunch. Hopefully I'll put them in my next video. Again, my name is Charles Stark. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, hey, be awesome.